Evaluate each expression below for a when a equals 2/3, if possible. So we're going to plug in 2/3 for a. So we get 24 times 2/3. So we can look at this a couple of different ways. We could make it a set of fractions, and then we multiply numerator times numerator, which is 48. Denominator times denominator is 3. 48 over 3 is 16. Or we can look at this as 24 divided by 3, which is 8, times 2 is 16. So 3 times a, 3 times 2/3. Here we're multiplying by 3 and then dividing by 3. So those actually cancel out and we're just left with 2. 2/3 over 0. We cannot divide by 0. That means that it's undefined. And then 0 divided by 2/3. Well, anything divided by 0 equals 0. What is the slope of the line that goes through the points -7, 10, and 1, 4? So remember that slope equals the change in y over the change in x. So we can represent the change by subtracting. So we're starting at 10 for y, and we're going to 4. So we subtract. We started at 10 and we went to 4. We subtracted, so it changes by 6. And then the x's started at -7, and we went to 1. So the difference between -7 and 1 is -8. So our slope is 6 over -8, which is -3 over 4. For the entire rectangle below, find the area of each part, then find the area of the whole. So the area of this part would be 7 times 11, which would be 77. The area of this part would be 7 times 8, 56. Here that's 3, that's 8, this is 11. 3 times 8 is 24, and 3 times 11 is 33. So then the area of the whole, I can do that two ways. I can add up all the little parts. So that'd be 77 plus 33 plus 56 plus 24. Which is, I'll just do that quickly on my calculator. 77 plus 33 plus 56 plus 24 is 190 units squared. We could also do it by adding the sides or multiplying the whole side. So that's 10, and this side is 19. The area of the whole rectangle would be 10 times 19 is also 190 square units. When solving x divided by 6 equals 5 over 2, Nathan noticed that x is divided by 6. What can he do to both sides to get x alone? He can multiply by 6. So we have x over 6 equals 5 over 2. If we multiply both sides times 6, those 6's cancel out, and we're left with x equals 30 over 2, which is 15. If we check our solution in the original equation, we would get 15 over 6 equals 5 over 2. If we divide both of these by 3, then that's 5 over 2. So we're good. Use the same process to solve the equation below for x. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 10. Those cancel, and I get x equals 20 over 5, which is 4. Jamila wants to play a game called Guess My Line. She gives you the following hints. 2 points on my line are 1, 1, and 2, 4. So the slope of her line, let's see, if we draw a slope triangle, we went over 1 and up 3. So the slope of her line, the change in y over the change in x, is 3 over 1. So that's just 3. The y-intercept of her line, so we went up 3 and over 1, so I'm going to go down 3 to keep it going. 1, 2, 3, and here. And I see that her line crosses the y-axis at 0, -2. And then, so the equation of her line is y equals 3x minus 2. Jarelli has $2.50 in her bank account. She works at Jamba Juice every day so that she can earn money to save for a car. She earns $12 an hour at Jamba Juice. Write an equation to represent this situation. Be sure to define your variables first. So we can let h represent the number of hours she works, and we'll let m represent the amount of money she makes. So the equation would be, let's see, we're looking for how much money. So her money equals $12 for every hour that she works, plus the $250 in her bank account. So M should actually be the amount of money in her bank account. And then 12H would represent the amount of money that she makes at Jamba Juice. If Jarelli works for 15 hours, so that's a typo, 15 hours, how much money does she have in her bank account? So we'll just plug 15 in for H. So we get M equals 12 times 15 plus 250. 12 times 15 is 180. And then plus 250 is 430. So she would make $430 for working 15 hours. Jarelli wants to buy her grandmother's old car for $5,000. How many hours will she still need to work in order to save that much money? So we want the money to equal $5,000. So we say 5,000 equals 12H plus 250. We subtract 250 from both sides. 5,000 minus 250 would be 4,750. Then we divide by 12 on both sides. 4,750 divided by 12 is 395.833 hours. So she would need to work 396 hours, because I rounded up, because if she works 395 hours, she won't get enough money. She has to work 396 hours.